You got it, you got it. Pull up, pull up, pull up or shut up. You got it, you got it. Pull up or shut up. Yo, what is up, AD team? Austin Dunn. I'm back again with another video. So in today's video, I'm gonna be teaching you how I got so strong push-up edition, horizontal pushing edition, all right? Not handstand push-ups. So we're gonna talk about all the different variations that I've used to work up all the way to one of the hardest variations known as a planche push-up. Because let's be real, I didn't start off doing planche push-ups. I had to progress my way slowly through there over the course of a few years or so. Now, if you want to know a little bit of backstory about myself, I actually got into calisthenics because I wanted to max my push-up test for the Air Force ROTC program. So I wanted to hit 60 plus push-ups in a row. So with that being said, I started off with the standard push-up, and that's what we're going to start off with today. Now, before we get into the exercise, one more thing. I want to thank you guys so much for your support for the Forge London launch. As you can see, I've been rocking it on my Instagram right now and pretty much everywhere, and you guys have too. You've been tagging us, tagging me and Stan Brownie, so thank you guys so much. If you do want to continue to support the movement, the link will be down below. All right, now without further ado, let's get into the first exercise, which is the standard push-up. So standard push-up, everybody knows how to do this one. Shoulder width apart, come down, arms hit 90 degrees, extend all the way back up. Super easy. Everybody has done this before in their life. Now, my goal, my aim, like I said, was to hit 60 plus within a minute. I ended up doing that after a month or a month and a half of practice. Then from there, that's when I realized I need to make the progressions harder in order to get stronger. All right, so you can either do this by adding weight or making the progressions harder, and that's exactly what I did. So what I did, I kept it real simple. I started doing wide push-ups now. So the wide push-up, it targets a little bit more of your chest, but you also reduce the range of motion. Now, a step from that, what I did was the diamond push-up, or just my hands close together. This is gonna initiate a little bit more tricep, and also I feel like almost my inner chest a little bit. So diamond or triangle, whatever you wanna call it, hands together, came down to the middle of my chest, extend up. With the wide and diamond push-up, I was aiming for 15 to 20 reps. I wanted to get 20 plus reps of each. But honestly, if you're hitting 60 plus reps of normal push-ups, you're going to be able to do 20 plus reps of diamond or wide push-ups. So those were the standard variations that I did with the push-up. Next thing, I thought to myself, all right, what should I work towards? Now, my idea was to work towards the one-arm push-up. So I've spoken about this in multiple videos. You want to be including variations that have decreased leverage going towards unilateral exercises. So one-arm pull-up, one-arm push-up, one-leg squat. That's what I did. And this is also something that I teach heavily and pretty much show exactly how to do in my Bodyweight Bodybuilder 2.0 program. So I started working towards unilateral push-ups, and the way I did that, next step was the archer push-up. So remember, I worked the wide push-ups, right? You get into the same stance of a wide push-up, but this time, all we do is we come down on one side, keeping the arm straight, extending up to the middle. My rep goal of that, if I can remember, was between 8 and 10 reps. Something else I've also done, let me show you. Grab these parallettes real quick. Is I would mix in between this exercise too. Basically holding something out. So with that being said, that was my main movement, working towards that one-arm push-up strength. And to be honest, I got it pretty fast. If you're doing a lot of archers and you already have that base foundational strength there, learning the one-arm push-up actually isn't that hard. So then from there, I got the one-arm push-up. Now, I wasn't doing a whole lot of reps of it, keep in mind, but I still got it. And the one-arm push-up has a lot to do with technical stuff too. So for example, and I have your arm on the ground, You're gonna have your legs straddled. I like to either put my arm behind my back or just have it hanging. Now bring that opposite shoulder down to the ground, extend up. Bam, just like that. Now I did that for quite low reps, to be honest, like aiming 5 to 6. But I remember once I had 6 reps of the one-arm push-up, 6 to 7, I grabbed my parallette once again and I made it even harder. Guys, it's all about making things harder. You always gotta ask yourself, okay, this is too easy, how can I make it harder? That is the only way you progress in bodyweight training and calisthenics. And if you remember that, you're gonna get really, really strong too, no matter what. Pushing, pulling, legs, you wanna be well balanced in everything. So keep that in mind. So with this one, this is actually kind of hard. It was an elevated one-arm push-up. So what I did was made it harder by increasing the range of motion for me. So I didn't put my legs up or anything. All I did was I started holding this now and doing a one-arm push-up. See how I can get a bit lower? And I'll extend back up like that. Just like that. All right, so it's been about a year now, year and a half. What is the next thing I can work towards, right? I already learned the basic foundational strength of push-ups. I worked my way up to reps of a one-arm push-up now, even an elevated one-arm push-up. How can I make this harder? What else can I do? I thought to myself, what is this planche push-up people are doing? Seems like the next right step. Well, guess what? It actually was. And what I started doing heavily, I can't stress to you how many times I was doing this exercise, and that was a pseudo planche push-up. You guys already know, I talk about this so much, honestly, because I feel like this is the greatest exercise when it comes to pushing, horizontal pushing strength of all time, right? If anything, going back in time, I probably would have worked towards this earlier and skipped the one-arm push-up, and I'll explain why later. So let's talk about the pseudo planche push-up. You're gonna get into a lean position like this, straight arms, come down, hands coming towards your waist, you extend up. So I've shown that exercise so many times. You know, you're just pressing for the middle of your body and you're building that planche strength. It's the foundational planche strength exercise because you're working your shoulders and also your lower chest, which is heavily involved in planche exercises. And you're gonna progress that by leaning in further and further and further until literally you'll come to a point where you lean in so far that your feet actually come off the ground like this. That's how you know you're leaning far. After that, I got my pseudo planche push-up reps up to 6 to 8 with a really good lean. The next thing I did was a tuck planche push-up. To be honest, I feel like the tuck planche push-up is almost easier than the pseudo planche lean push-up. And that is because with the tuck planche push-up, it's more about transitioning into that straddle planche push-up, and you don't use as much lean if you notice. So you're gonna wanna grab your parallettes or something where you can have a range of motion. You start off in a tuck planche position, come down, knees as far as you can, extend up. Just like that. If I remember you, I didn't do a lot of those. I would do them sometimes, but if anything, I would still work my pseudo planche lean push-ups and focus on progressing in that lean and maintaining good form in that. Now here is when it gets really hard, to be honest, right? A lot of people, they can do pseudo planche lean push-ups, they can do tuck planche push-ups, but from there, they never transition into the next thing, which is the straddle planche push-up, or as you guys know, the full planche push-up. Now, according to how much you weigh, your consistency, your genetic, your height, it's gonna take a bit of time for you to actually progress near this point. I'm actually about to take off my shoes now because the lighter you are, the easier it is. I already explained this so many times, but I would rather do pseudo planche lean push-ups instead of one-arm push-ups. This is because the carryover. If you get good at planche push-up exercises, naturally, you're gonna be able to do a one-arm push-up. I didn't know that at the time, but you know, we live and we learn through trial and error. So, oh well, And also when it comes to explosive exercises, let's say clap push-up, Superman push-up, you really don't even have to train those either if you're getting strong in these foundational strength exercises. So next one, straddle planche push-up. I wasn't able to do this for a lot of reps, of course. That took a lot of time, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it looks. You get into a straddle planche, then from there, you're just gonna do push-ups in it. Harder than the tuck planche and also the pseudo planche lean, but once you build that shoulder strength and you're able to lean and you maintain that body position, and if you're training a static planche at the same time, it's going to come to you natural. Now the big granddaddy of all exercises, the full planche push-up, right? This one I didn't start doing till my 3rd, 4th year of training calisthenics. So keep in mind, I'm doing these exercises for years, guys. This is not like a 3 to 6 month progression of doing everything like progressing by 2 weeks. No, I was progressing by 6 to 8, 9 months. So full planche push-up, I'm tired, man. I'm only gonna show a few reps, but you guys know how it looks. Let's do it. I'm gonna only do a few just to show you. Just like that. You're literally pushing your whole entire body off the ground using all your force. And that, like I said, that is built through the years of pseudo planche push-up exercises, tuck planche, and all that stuff. All right, guys, that was 10 push-up exercises that I've now shown. One last thing I didn't do too often was the weighted push-up. Weighted push-up, you can either do this with a vest or with a weight belt or the Smith machine. I didn't do those a whole lot, but they were a good supplemental exercise to my overall chest strength. And also keep in mind, another way to progress is by adding weight to all of these exercises that I just showed you. All right, guys, those were my top 10 variations with the push-up. And to be honest, the only ones that I've done over the past 4 to 5 years. And that's how I got so strong too. Make sure you do those exercises. Check out the Forge London link down below. Also the free ebooks and offers down below, training programs. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.